preaches time to the genuine ones only. Like I said, this page ain't for everybody. But it's the thought process for me. You ever had to reevaluate your life with the reevaluate your life with the reevaluate your life? Like when when you become an adult and you become mature, whatever the case may be, and you outgrow the mindset as being immature, but you do have your immature ways when it comes to your inner child, but you have a certain note that you don't allow it to extend within extending at the end of the day to hurt someone's feelings, like let alone having malicious intentions to bring harm towards somebody. The energy hit different. When you the pedestrian on the sidewalk too. Yeah, that part. It's the thought process for me. We gonna keep it PG 13. It's the thought process for me. You ever had to reevaluate your life with the reevaluating your life and say to yourself once upon a time, you was that child that got bullied. It's the thought process for me. You know how, like, when you become an adult or whatever the case may be, and that bully who bullied you as a child, they said that you wasn't gonna be shit. No, it's the thought process for me. Hello, ma'am, sir. Can you get your sentence together today? It's the thought process for me. I need you to get it together. Pick your face up while you at it. Nah, it really be the thought process for me. You ever had to go down memory lane and reevaluate your life? And because when you bump into somebody by accident or whatever the case may be, not on purpose, by accident, it's the thought process of me. You know how when you bump into one of your childhood bullies or whatever the case may be, and you reevaluate your life and say to yourself, I love my life, I love my life. Oh. Look how fantastic this looks. How the tables turn. But I'm not going to be the bully today. I promise I won't. But what the fuck? It's the thought process for me. You started with me first, and I'm going to finish it without saying nothing still. It's the thought process for me. You ever caught eye contact with one of your bullies or whatever the case may be? Like, they looked at you within looking at you or whatever the case may be, and they reevaluate in their life like, dang, I done messed up. No, you messed up big time. Judgment Day is here. I'm gonna beat you. Woo! It's the thought process of me. You ever was one of them spiritual people who believing in yourself or whatever the case may be, and people just thought that you was just crazy or whatever because you believed in yourself so much that you understood the assignment within the assignment to show for yourself in the most healthiest way. And you wasn't those type of people, one of those type of persons that that project negative energy towards the innocent person. No, 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 no. Not no such thing. Not even a little bit. No. Not today, not tomorrow, not next century either. It's the thought process of me. But they were so intimidated and threatened by your energy at the end of the day that you're just such a good person. Like when you have a good soul within a soul of a heart within a heart, and they don't understand how to have one within have one, but they was just the biggest bully, and they just knew how to try to psych you out your thought process, your eyesight, your freedom, your pockets. They try to make you feel live in fear. They try to allow you to give up on yourself, told you how much of an unworthy person you was of yourself, and they was having third-party conversations about how slow, stupid, retarded you was, and all types of stuff. Oh my God. Oh, I can go on and on and on and on and on. Oh, the gay girl. Oh, is she coming? Is she going? I don't know. It's the thought process of me. Those type of conversations or whatever the case may be. Those small talk conversations that people would love to have about people at the end of the day, and they don't know what the fuck they talking about type of energy. It be the thought process for me. And they see you within seeing you, and they reevaluate their life or within seeing you and saying to themselves that I just want to apologize. Oh, for what? Hurting my motherfucking feelings? Oh, big nose bitch. Oh, that's what you said to me. Oh, you said I had some big lips. But it's crazy how when people talk about your lips as a child, so weird, a little awkward. Here's a thought process of me. How they talk about your nose, your lips, and all of this stuff. When you become an adult and you reevaluate conversations at the end of the day? Yo! You had some beautiful lips the whole entire time. You ever had to reevaluate those conversations? Like, wait. I was bullied as a child. They said I had big lips. Oh my God, everybody's going for Botox. It's the thought process for me. I ain't gotta get no motherfucking injection for what? Are you serious? Nah, boo, this is natural, God's given. It's the thought process for me. Allow out. By the way, you know when you still reevaluating those thought processes as to what was your real reason as to why you didn't like me anyway? Like, you ever had to ask yourself that once upon a time in your life, within your life, and say to yourself is, when you didn't do nothing to somebody at the end of the day, you're the innocent person, like literally the innocent person, like you just minding your business in your own lane, minding your business, and they don't know how to stay in their own lane. But you ever had those conversations with having those conversations and say to yourself is, hey, bully, what did I possibly do to you today? bully, what did I possibly do to you today? Like, it's the thought process of me, bully. Like, ma'am, sir, what did I do to you today? And they start to reevaluate their life and analyze at the end of the day. Being a child, not having the awareness of being mature, but they acknowledge of being immature, not taking accountability for their actions at the end of the day, because today they have a child that they're raising in this cold world that is so disrespectful. You see how the tables turn? When the bullies actually give birth and understand that they gotta protect their child, yo, that energy hit different. They wonder how. Now they see how it feels to be the one that's actually being the bully, how toxic, how making someone feel within feeling at the end of the day, made them maybe cry, or made them feel like they was unworthy of themselves, or maybe made them psych themselves out their own freedom. Oh, wow, that is so devastation. Now we saying rest in peace to somebody at the end of the day who didn't have a chance because someone tried to psych them out their thought process because they became a bully at a young age. It be the thought process of me. Where did you learn this from? Where it became the norm? The norm, they allowed you to be allowed you to believe that this was the norm of the toxic behavior of the norm. To bully your neighbor at the end of the day, let alone to put yourself in a situation where you're going to be reevaluating your thought process, saying that, dang, Judgment's Day, it's not looking good on me today. Dealing with your karma at the end of the day, not realizing that you brought this pain and trauma on yourself. Playing with an innocent person. It's time and day. It be the thought process of me. How you wouldn't want someone to project that negative energy on your child. And it's kind of funny how you still immature because of the fact that you still allowing your bullyism to occur in your adulthood, and you don't have good intentions. You want to psych someone with their freedom, let alone their pockets and their eyesight. It be the thought process of me, how the narrative of your story still never changed. You're still a bully, and you still trying to figure out how. Why? Because someone chose their best self-vision of themselves to not allow someone like you to dim their light. Bully. It be the thought process of me. It don't matter how old you are. Bully. But it be the thought process of me being a bully. When you have malicious intentions, bully, and then you sit there and play victim, bully. Like, how does that make sense within making sense, bully? It don't make sense within being a bully, being a bully, because you can't even get in tune to your self-reflection of yourself today, saying that you're such an adult within being an adult, being mature, but you can't get in tune with the fact that you're still a bully. You're dimming your own light, not even realizing at the end of the day that you do not even have the proper self-awareness within yourself to understand and recognize at the end of the day that you're still a bully. It's being displayed within being displayed in the toxic behaviors and ways. At the end of the day, you're just a hate in disguise. And at the end of the day, you thought you was trying to dim someone's light, and only at the end of the day, you realize that how time flies and you only played in your own face. It's a thought process for me. How they try to dim your light, reevaluate their life. They only played in their own face. It be the thought process for me. When you come out your own comfort zone to respect yourself, to respect your neighbor, yeah, that energy hit differently. I say that respectfully. It's the thought process for me. Bully. Sad to say that that bully was the one that said that you didn't have anything. You wasn't worthy of yourself. You had to wear those clothes over and over again. All types of toxic stuff within behaviors of acknowledging themselves to try to paint a narrative of your life. when you was never in competition to win. You just wanted to be a kid. But they didn't understand the assignment within the assignment of being a child and understanding the assignment within the assignment to respect their neighbor. They try to dim their neighbor's light because of the fact that their neighbor understood a assignment within the assignment that I see something bigger and better than you trying to dim my light. It's the thought process for me. When everybody's journey is set up differently, you pick and choose the way you allow yourself to show up today, or how you allow yourself to dim your own light. It's the thought process of me. They don't understand how you decide to pick and choose yourself. They thought they kicked you down when they least expected. You was only being covered by God to better days ahead. Because God said there are better days ahead when they try to dim your light. Bully, bully. You see how that goes? How the bully from your childhood went into your adulthood? That bully never changed. That bully stayed the same. Still became the bully within the bully every time words was exchanged. It was a thought process for me. They're one-sided ass conversations. It be the thought process for me. Bully, bully. You know, you saw that one bully that knew how to sneak dish you because you was shortchanged. But as soon as you had change, at the end of the day, you knew how to give an even exchange to be a friend. Or to be a real one at the end of the day, to know how to have an even exchange when it came to respect, not disrespect. But they didn't understand that because they wasn't used to a real one. That's a thought process for me, bully. It's funny to see a bully acknowledge you. And when they acknowledge you, they're so pressed for time that they have so much to say, but you respect yourself to say to yourself that, nah, I gotta stay in my own lane to understand that I respect myself today, to know my self-value, that it's not an even exchange and shortchanging myself to give you my time and day. Yo, that energy hit different. They want to apologize within apologize, but time today is a even exchange of love and respect and something that you can't get in tune with because at the end of the day, you play it in your own face. You never judge a book by its cover because at the end of the day, you never know someone's situation. And I say that respectfully. You may need to go within and understand. You probably still need to go within and probably do the proper healing because you're still not showing up for yourself the proper way today. You're still shortchanging yourself at the end of the day because I heard you need therapy within therapy once you found out who I am. It'd be the thought process of me. How far I have came within my life and how I elevated to become my best self version of myself and you wondering how. How what? You wasn't supposed to be part of my journey. It's the thought process of me. When they trying to figure you out what they're figuring you out and trying to know all your steps at the end of the day when it comes to your whereabouts and they're not even sleeping with you at the end of the day, but they want to know every move you make from right to left to when you're taking a shit. It be the thought process for me like, ma'am, sir, stay in your lane respectfully. You're doing too much. Those type of folks, bully. And then they have the controlling issues at the end of the day. It be the thought process for me. And that's not even the type of narrative that you're trying to project on them at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. You know, the narrative that they try to play you close at the end of the day, just like you want your thought process, letting your freedom, your pockets, your eyesight, to line you up. Because they ain't got good intentions. Yeah, they will play you close. Doesn't matter who it is, family, associate, so-called family, fake associates that you call family. Don't matter at the end of the day, you put a name to your book. It be the thought process of me. How they sit there and try to psych you out your thought process the whole entire time. They was playing in their own face. Yeah! Oh! Good water. Yeah! It's the thought process for me. Yeah! Hello! Yeah! Make it make sense, ma'am, sir. You see how the tables turn? When you start to elevate and becoming your best self vision of yourself and you didn't allow yourself to dim your light because you knew a temporary situation within a temporary situation was a temporary situation to not shortchange yourself because you matter and you are worthy. You matter and you are worthy. Don't allow someone to allow you to feel that you cannot make it in society because of the fact that they try to dim your light and they say you wasn't worthy of yourself because they didn't know their self-worth. You see how the tables turn? When they picking up their face today to realize at the end of the day they played in a real one's face today, that energy hit different. All the things that they said that you did not have, and all the things that they sneak dissed you about, that you wasn't unworthy of yourself, to kill yourself, to psych yourself out your freedom. I said what I said. It's the thought process for me. And you became your best self vision of yourself because you created within the creative action yourself to, I'm going to create the biggest blessing of a blessing. I'm going to create the biggest blessing of a blessing. To make myself a believer. Becoming the blessing of my creation. God's creation. Being patient with God's time. Something that they can't understand and get in tune with. God's creation. When your prayers are answered when you least expect it. When your steps is ordered when you least expect it. Because your steps was ordered when they didn't even know to, at the end of the day, to stay in their own lane. You know it's called respect, neighbor. Just because you don't understand how your neighbor ties their shoe today and how they respect themselves to stay in their own lane. How they respect themselves to stay in their own lane. Because God allowed them to be able to see their best self vision of themselves. Good day, bad day. Hear that trauma within with pain and half stepping and misguided days and no one showing up and people like a bully and coming into their life and acting like they're so in tune with them and they're not in tune with them, and that they got their back and they don't got their back. And there are better days ahead. Because you matter, you are worthy. To not allow someone to dim your light. Because God is good. You know, when God covers you to the better days ahead, and you become your blessing within your blessing of your creation at the end of the day. That may go over a lot of people's heads, but you create what you desire. You create what you truly want. You can't take something away from somebody that is truly theirs, their gifts. You can't take away someone's ability to be themselves. That's who they are, themselves. The only way that will be able to get taken away is if that person allows themselves to be taken away at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. It's the thought process for me. And they allow themselves to dim their light, but when you see better, when you see that, you know what, you have a purpose, and within having a purpose, when you find that moment within the moment of your life and say, you know what, thank you, God, for being patient with me. Days when I couldn't see for myself, you allowing me to be a creator. You allowing me to create my blessings before myself, because I am the blessing to myself. So if I decide to put myself first and allow myself to say, you know what, I'm going to put my best foot first and go this route. This is what I want for myself. If this works out, if it doesn't work out, I know I put my best self vision first and allow myself to be my best self vision of myself, to understand the assignment that every step is going to matter, because I allow my best self vision of my best self vision of my best self vision of myself to show up, to be my creator. I created things that I least expected I was able to create. But I put myself first. If I didn't go to that job opportunity, or if I didn't create this establishment, I wouldn't have been able to apply myself, to acknowledge myself, to show myself there was no way out. But there was a way out. Because you acknowledge yourself to create, and more than create, you allowed yourself to find the creativity within yourself and not allow yourself to dim your light. Not allow yourself to dim your light because of a temporary situation, because they said there was no way out. You matter, you are worthy. Don't allow someone to dim your light from a temporary situation. Bully. They come in all big sizes and small sizes and different forms and shapes and colors and stuff like that. They even show up at job places, schools, homes. You put a name to your book. Bullying is not okay. It's not. Bullying is not okay. It's not healthy. It's not cool at all. Just because you see somebody bullying somebody else, or you see it's funny that someone's being bullied in a toxic way and someone is being hurt in the process, it's not cool. It's not funny. It's not attractive at all. Never be a follower. Never be a follower. Always be yourself in the most healthiest way, but never be a follower. Never be a follower. Because when you become a follower, it will put you in situations where being a follower is not going to get you but so far in life within being a follower. You think of the norm of the norm and being a follower and following the wrong lead at the end of the day when it comes to toxic behavior and toxic traits, when they can't even show up for themselves, and they only dim in their own life because they only dim in their own light because of the fact that they don't even have the proper self-awareness, because they are bullies and they have malicious intentions to bring harm towards innocent people. That's not nice. That's not right. And that's not the norm of the norm, the healthy norm. That's the norm of the enemy's norm. But that's not the norm. And if you're your own enemy, that's not the norm. The enemy's watching you watch you become your own worst enemy. That's not healthy to display that type of behavior when you shouldn't be your worst enemy, because you're a bully, because you allowed yourself to believe, because something that trauma from childhood trauma going into your adulthood, that the dysfunctional behaviors you saw in front of you was the norm. It was never the norm. It's not the norm to beat somebody up and they never did anything to you. It's not the norm to take someone's book bag and hide it from them, and you know you have it the whole entire time, and make this person cry and make them feel so uncomfortable when they're trying to look for their belongings, and you the one that has it the whole entire time. It'd be the thought process for me. Or you trying to sit there and bully someone, psych them out their pockets or their freedom or their thought process because you don't have good intentions. It'd be the thought process of me. Or you sit there and play somebody close and manipulate their character because your intentions is not good and genuine, true today. You play them close and act like you so in tune with them regardless of what label of a relationship you want to put on it at the end of the day. Just to try to psych somebody out their freedom, their thought process, they eyesight, and their pockets because you don't have good intentions today. It's the thought process for me. Bully. They come in all shapes and sizes. Don't matter what culture you are, bully. Because the way you allow your hair to be done today, and how you allow yourself to be naturally free, and how you allow yourself to be yourself in the most healthiest way, and you don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you, and you know how to just stay in your lane, and they just don't understand to stay in their own lane because they don't know how to respect themselves to respect you, neighbor. Hate in disguise, hate in disguise. Why does it always seem to keep multiplying? It's the thought process for me. How someone can be so bothered by an innocent person minding their business at the end of the day, staying in their own lane. They just trying to elevate and mind their business. But you're so concerned and worried about how someone ties their shoe today. You're so worried and bothered how someone wants to allow themselves to be their best self vision of themselves without having malicious intentions to bring harm towards you or others around you, or let alone hurt innocent people within the process of them choosing a best self vision of themselves, going within to do the proper healing, regardless of what trauma was endured within them, as long as they don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards themselves or others around them. Yeah, that energy hit different. It's the thought process of me. Where your neighbor just can't stay in their own lane. They're looking for a reaction out of you today, but they're not getting it because they're only playing their own face. It be the thought process for me. Bully, bully. Bully, bully. Doesn't matter what culture you are. Bully, bully. Doesn't matter what culture you are. Bully, bully. Doesn't matter what culture you are. You matter. You came far in life. They try to dim your light too much, but then too much of you showing up for yourself, but you kept going. You kept going, you kept going, you kept going. Days when you felt like dimming your light. And days when you actually felt like you was dimming your own light. Days when you became your own worst enemy. Days when you felt like you couldn't confide in certain individuals because of the fact that you didn't know how to express yourself within expressing yourself because of the bully. Not just because of the bully allows you to feel like life allows you to feel like you wasn't unworthy of yourself. To make the right decision for yourself at the end of the day, to allow you to feel a delay within a delay because it became the norm of the norm, that bullying became the norm and it was never the norm. But you matter. And you chose your best self vision of yourself when you least expected. God was just covering you for all the right reasons. God saw all the good things that you've done. Regardless to how big the bully was, how the bully made you feel, you still stayed true to yourself. You didn't allow yourself to psych yourself out your freedom. You didn't allow yourself to psych yourself out your thought process. You had good intentions within having good intentions to find balance within balance, to get yourself out of that toxic norm of the norm that they said was the norm and it wasn't the norm. You found peace within, and finding peace within days that you cried for. You didn't push yourself away. You didn't hurt yourself with your own words. You didn't allow yourself to dim your light. You was just only patient with your process. Yeah, that energy hit different. When you can tune into yourself in the most healthiest way, to not go against yourself with your own words, to dim your light, yeah, that energy hit different. Paying attention within paying attention, yeah, that energy hit different today. Something that you never knew even existed, to actually go within and actually know what self-love looks like opposed to person. To understand your self-worth, yeah, understanding your self-value. That is very interesting to know that you grow every single day. You understand within the assignment that going within with doing the proper healing from your trauma, from your childhood, maybe being sexually assaulted, dealing with domestic violence, trauma, violence, sickness. You put a name to your book, went into your adulthood, dysfunctional family, trauma on top of trauma. You put a name to your book. The process within the process, not hurting yourself with your own words today. But you overcame and you still healing within to choose your best self vision of yourself because you matter and you are worthy. Going within and do the proper healing would never be an overnight process. It's a process within a process of showing up for yourself without wearing a mask, to have one foot in one door, one foot in the other door. You got to make sense with them, making six of showing up for yourself in the most healthiest way, not to dim your light because you matter. You are worthy. You matter. You are worthy. You know, when it starts with healing, you gotta mean what you say and say what you mean. You gotta be actually mentally ready to actually be prepared for as to the roller coaster you're about to take at the end of the day, to this new transition as to, wow, it's an experience with an experience, what I just experienced, but it did hurt me. And not only just hurt me, but it's just holding me back from me becoming my best self vision of myself. And I refuse to allow myself and my past to allow me to dim my light anymore than I allowed it to. Oh, that energy hit different. Because you matter, you are worthy. To not allow whatever transpired within transpiring and allow it to dim your light. It was very uncomfortable. Sorry you experienced someone sexually assaulting you as a child. Sorry you experienced someone not showing you what love looks like, opposing person, so you didn't know how to love yourself, so that's why you dimmed your own light when it came to self-love. Sorry you had the experience with an experience of the toxic behavior of someone disrespecting you because you didn't know how to respect yourself, and you thought it was the norm of the norm for someone to disrespect you and you to display that same act of disrespect to others around you. And it wasn't the norm. Sorry they overlooked you. Sorry they gave up on you. But you matter, you are worthy. It wasn't your fault that they gave up on you. It wasn't your fault that they lost hope within you to walk out of your life. They missed out on the gift that was created. Because you are the gift from God. And because you are the gift from God, can't nobody dim your light but you. And once you reevaluate your thought process and see the best self-reflection of yourself, when you look at yourself today to say, you know what, I choose my best self-vision of myself. I choose my best self-vision of myself. To know that my pain and my trauma, I'd rather exchange it for a better day. Not just for a better day, but I'd rather exchange and multiply it to better days ahead and find peace within myself to know that at the end of the day, that my trauma, my pain don't live here today. Here they try to dim my light. They try to kick me down when I was down and I didn't understand how to find my way out. But being a believer within a believer, you walk by faith, not by sight, so you understand the assignment within the assignment that God will guide you to better days ahead. Because you matter and you are worthy. You matter and you are worthy. Wow. Don't dim your light because someone doesn't see your worth. Don't dim your light because someone said that you wasn't good enough for them. You wasn't good enough for them, but you're good enough for someone who's willing to take the time to respect you and meet you halfway, and it's going to be an even exchange when it comes to respect. All those malicious intentions, psychological thought process loading your freedom in your pockets or your eyes at the end of the day, that don't live here today. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child, right? And for those children to be safe and to be protected and to understand the peace within the community and within the village and all of that good stuff, right? It also takes a village and a community to be at peace and respect each other with no malicious intentions. It's the thought process for me. Having malicious intentions for what? Ma'am, sir. Proving a point about what? Regardless of your culture. Sexual orientation. Especially when you don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Never judge a book by its cover, and I say that respectfully. It's the thought process for me. And be mindful how you treat people. Be careful how you treat people. It's sad to see that you don't have to wish bad on someone's life, and you don't have to do spell work in a toxic way to prove a point, or you don't have to do all of this projection that they're trying to project on you and all this toxic behavior within toxic behavior, whatever the case may be. Because this whole entire time you was the real one. And they didn't know how to respect the real one, let alone respect themselves. But they just knew how to put a projection on you as to you wasn't worthy of yourself. And I'm sorry that they allowed you to feel like you wasn't worthy of yourself. Because you matter. You matter, you matter. You know, it's real sad to see how, you know, the bullying with the malicious intentions is like, dang. Not just from a child's perspective as well, but adults. Make it make sense. You shouldn't have to wait for something to happen to you when you reevaluate your life and say to yourself is, I gotta change my life today because I shouldn't have did what I did when I did what I did. And my intentions wasn't good because I had malicious intentions. I wanted to psych somebody out their freedom and their thought process, or their pockets, or their eyesight. It be the thought process of me. Leave innocent people alone with your malicious intentions. Stop the violence, stop the violence. Now, those third-party conversations ain't third-party conversations no more because nobody wants to be in tune with you. Because you was nothing but a hate in disguise, and it keeps multiplying at the end of the day. Who is really the hate in disguise? It be the thought process for me. Remember those conversations that they was having amongst themselves? It be the thought process for me. Pick up your face respectfully and stay in your lane. It's the thought process for me. They painted a narrative of a description that you truly wasn't. Only to reevaluate their thought process, they gotta pick up their face today because they was only playing their own face when they came across a real one. It be the thought process for me. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. And just because you're the bully, and I say that respectfully, that has the malicious intentions, stop. Just stop. Like, stop. Leave innocent people alone within your process. That's it. Just stay in your own lane and leave innocent people alone. You can talk about people all day long, whatever the case may be. But just leave innocent people alone with your malicious intentions and your spell work, your toxic spell work, respectfully. It's the thought process for me. Like I said, this page is not for everybody, and that's okay. But it's the thought process for me. Hello, gotta go! Leave innocent people alone. Leave innocent people alone. It's the thought process for me. Never judge a book by its cover. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Protect your energy because not everybody's having a time. You matter and you are worthy. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Never allow a hating disguise or personal malicious intentions psych you out your thought process, love on your freedom, your pockets, or your eyesight. Because they got malicious intentions and you got common sense with having common sense to not go back and forth with someone who doesn't have common sense. It be the thought process for me. Don't shortchange yourself. Have a good day. To the genuine ones only. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Night, genuine love, respect. Gotta go. Have a good day.